Hello everyone, it's Hindash. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to feature this beautifully sculpted glossy eye on the stunning May. Let me show you how to do it. So we're going to be starting the video with skin prep. I'm going to be refreshing May's skin with a hydrating toner to prep her skin for skincare and sweeping it across her face. Like I always say, this is really the perfect time to start analyzing the face you're working on, or even your own. Your skin is always changing, so you might feel like you don't need to wear as much makeup on the day, or decide to focus on certain areas more than others. For today's look, I decided to definitely focus on the eyes and keep that the dramatic focal point, and dialing everything else back. Which is really interesting because my first look with May basically was no eyeshadow, nothing on the eyes. So that really goes to show you that makeup is really all about how you feel and what kind of statement you want to make that day. There are days where I just want to wear a bit of powder, and some days I want to do concealer, bronzer, and blush for a healthy sun-kissed look. So it's really interesting. After the toner is done, I want to prep the skin by using an anti-blemish mask. This is going to soothe the skin and act as a perfect prep for skincare. This mask comes in two parts, and I'm going to leave it on for at least 10 to 15 minutes. After I'm done, I'm going to be taking it off and applying a hydrating mist because I want to go in with massaging tools. You can do this with an oil or a heavier moisturizer, but I don't want any residue after and I don't want to wash her face, so a hydrating mist will be perfect. I'm going over the skin and massaging it in and just really making sure that I get that blood circulation going. This is so great for lymphatic drainage and it makes such a big difference for me personally. If you feel like the tools are tugging at your skin, just apply more of that mist or whatever you're using to create a bit of a slip because you don't want to be tugging at your skin. I love these tools. They're from a brand called Rifa, and I usually just use one on myself, but I thought I would bust out two to just make things a bit more special and easier. My face retains so much water and I get very puffy. So if I've had salty food or any type of junk food, this will really take down that inflammation in my face. Moving on to serum, I'm starting off with an eye serum. Super lightweight and nourishing. I'm going to be applying that underneath the eyes and rubbing it around the brow bone as well, making sure I'm doing light tapping motions as I move around in circles. Then with the face serum, I'm applying that all over the face and further massaging it in until the super light texture melts into the skin. After we've created these light layers with the serums, I can now move on to a more hydrating peptide cream to really lock it all in. And applying this all over the face. With a really good barrier repairing moisturizer, I feel like you don't really need a primer, especially for every day. I'm taking the time to rub and massage this in, making sure I really get into the contours of the face. Even though I've massaged her entire face, it's an extra treat that nobody complains about. And the final seal will be a thick layer of lip balm. You basically want to apply this like a thick lip mask and let it sit there so by the time you're done with makeup, they'll be beautifully prepped for any lip product. Now we can start the base. I'm taking a liquid highlighter and I'm going to be mixing it in with my foundation. I love doing this when I want to give the foundation a bit of a glow without really compromising on much of the coverage. And as always, I will start from the outer parts of the face and work inwards with a fluffy tapered synthetic brush. I always love treating foundation like a tinted moisturizer. So try to use a lot less than you think you need because you can always go back in with a bit more. You'll be surprised by how often you don't even need to wear any foundation. Most of the time, a bit of concealer will do. But that of course depends on your skin concerns and preferences. But as you see as I work this in, it's going to give me beautiful coverage that has this glow that peeks through. I like to end the application with stippling motions to make sure it's seamlessly one with the skin. And when we get to the forehead, try to use as little product as you can. Sometimes whatever is left on the brush will do. Then just go over the skin in stippling motions to make sure that that's evenly spread and that there are no marks left behind. Now I'm going in with a cream bronzer. Since this is ultra creamy and blendable, I'm going straight in with the stick. Otherwise, you want to warm it at the back of your hand. Contouring the tip of the nose, the top and bottom of the lip, and the chin. Then I'm going along the cheekbones, pretty high up, and on the forehead. After I'm done with my placement, I'm going to go in with the foundation brush that I used, and using that to blend the bronzer. The leftover product on the brush will help that cream blend even further into the base, giving you that second skin bronze. So just buffing that in. And repeating the same steps on the other side. Now for a concealer, I'm taking two tones. One to match her skin tone and a brighter highlight shade to lift. Then tapping that into my beauty blender to make sure it's evenly distributed. I'm going to be pushing that underneath the eyes, around the nose and center of the face. By pushing this in, you're not disrupting and moving around the bronzer placement. This will then get sandwiched between the blush. So gentle, quick tapping motions all over. Then I'm going along the sides of the jaw and the center of the forehead to highlight. And pinpoint concealer on any breakouts to really push that coverage in. For blush, I'm taking my color fluid in the shade Heartist. And I'm going to be mixing this in with the highlighter that I used earlier to turn it into a shimmery rose pink blush that'll enhance your skin. So mixing almost equal parts of highlighter and color fluid. And taking a wider, dense synthetic brush and really working and pushing that blush into the skin. I generally love tapping, stippling motions for blush placement because it doesn't disrupt the work underneath. The combination of the highlighter and blush doesn't look that reflective on camera, but it's so stunning and dewy in real life without being oily or having it move around and slip. It's a perfect glowy ultra long wear blush that isn't going anywhere because we use the color fluid. So adding whatever is left on the forehead, nose, and chin. And that is the blush done. To set her face, I'm going in with a translucent pressed powder with a brush that resembles a smaller blush brush and going in underneath the eyes, around the nose and mouth, basically focusing on the center of the face, keeping the cheeks and the outer parts of the face free of powder, and along the jawline and above the brows where things can look shiny. And because this is a really lightweight translucent powder, it's not going to flatten the base completely, which I love. Moving on to brows, May has amazing brows. So I'm just going to be brushing them up with a clear brow gel and working that brush back and forth into the brow for that laminated effect, making sure I then brush them exactly where I want them so they set in place. I'm going to very lightly go over the brows with a brow pen and just feather that through the brow for a bit more dimension. Now I'm taking my Monochromance gradient palette and I'm taking the first shade, which is Alter Ego, and using that to contour the tip of her nose. This is the perfect gray contour for lighter skin tones, and going under the lip as well. I'm then taking a highlighter and applying that all over the high points of the face. This is actually a highlighter that I'm working on, so you'll get to see it at the end of this year, which I'm so excited about. And I'm basically diffusing a very light layer with a fluffy brush all over the key points. Now for the star of the show, I'm taking my color fluid in the shade Thorn, which is this intense, beautiful, deep, warm chocolate that's going to look flattering on every single skin tone. I'm taking this on a tight definer brush and going straight into the shadow work. So mapping out where I want the shape to extend. Think of this as liquid liner, but you can easily blend and work it in. You have enough playtime, and then once it sets, you have a budge-proof finish that still looks like skin. I want to round out the crease, so the key step here is tracing just above your crease. Do this with your eyes open so that if you have a hooded lid or a monolid, you can easily cheat that shape. And then you can start to slowly diffuse the edges with whatever is left on the brush. This is what I mean when I say you have this beautiful playtime with the product. It's blending like a powder would, but has that silky, creamy finish of a creamy liquid product. This is why my color fluids are my go-to everything in one product that complement my palette so perfectly. And other products. Now as you can see, I can still go back in and add more intensity without the product lifting or getting weird, even if it starts to set and dry. Now I want to mirror the same effect on the inner corners, creating a soft inner liner that will eventually blend upwards and meet with the crease line we did, forming this really beautiful open shape. I'm making sure I keep the center completely free from any product, not even a skin tone base. There's something so beautiful about having that skin peek through. Then I'll carry on that intensity to the outer lower lash line. And as I do this, I want the lower lash line to connect with the upper lash line work that we've done, forming this unified shape that sweeps out, really shaping the entire eye. And give these edges a final blend. Now I'm going into Intrafatum from my Beautopsy gradient palette and dipping slightly into that black to match the intensity of Thorn, the color fluid that we used. With a thin, detailed, fluffy brush, I'm going over the work that I've done to give it that airbrushed, beautiful blend. And I'm stopping right before I get to the diffused edges and into the inner corners. So beautiful. Then I'm taking another detailed brush with a medium brown. I'm diffusing the edges even further and slightly pushing that color into the front of the brow. And with whatever's left on the brush, you're going to give these edges a blend. Don't be too precise and really just buff that color out. You can always add more intensity to the center of the brown. I'm applying coats of mascara to the top and lower lashes because I'm not using any individual lashes. Then for the final step, I'm going in with an eye gloss on the center part of the lid, where we've left that completely free of any product. This is what really takes the look to the next level. This is obviously not going to wear incredibly well throughout the day, but how amazing is it to just try an eye like this for a night out? But of course, you can always just do a shimmer if you don't want to keep it completely matte. For lips, I'm going in with a caramel liner and defining the edges of the lips first, then slowly feathering that line out to the rest of the shape, and defining the cupid's bow as well. So you want most of the intensity on the corners, top and bottom lip, so that you don't create a completely flat lip that doesn't match the dimension of the eyes. To mimic the lighter gloss center of the eyelids, I'm just going to use a light nude gloss. This won't add a lot of color, but will almost mimic the nude of her eyes. So it creates this beautiful visual harmony between the different focal points. I love mixing neutral to cool nudes with warm nudes. And that is my final look on May, featuring this really sculpted glossy eye look. I love the glow harmony of the eyes, cheeks, and lips. And just the toasty nudes that I've been obsessed with lately. If you try this look, please tag me on Instagram so I can check it out. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.